G'day guys, and welcome back to the next video. This one is another cooking how to do. Today I'm going to be doing one of these jumbo crays that I caught back when I went out diving with my dad. We got the big abalone, the big crayfish, and today we are cooking it up. What I'm going to do today is pickle it. Pickling the crayfish when they're this big is unreal. I love the smaller crayfish cut in half on the barbecue with garlic and butter. But when there's so much meat, pickling them is to die for. And I love anything pickled. Pickled ocky, pickled crabs, pickled pickles. So what we're going to do is make a really simple pickle because I don't need too much. Add a few fresh herbs and spices. I've got some parsley, some chilies from the garden, some garlic, a little bit of salt, pepper, touch of sugar. We are using just some white vinegar and some filtered water to make our vinegar mix. First things first, we've got to cook the crayfish. I'm going to do is parboil it, just for about half the standard cooking time, just to make it easier to pull apart, get into the pickle mix, and it just firms it up a little bit. From the top of the carapace to the start of the tail, this one's about 15 centimeters long. So if we wanted to fully cook this, we'd be putting it in the boiling ocean water. I went and got some ocean water for about 15 minutes. But because I don't want to fully cook it because I'm going to pickle it, we're only going to do half that time. We've got a boil going. We're going to do the legs and everything. They're going, oh, and we almost had an overflow. That's going to sit in there. Looking at our clock, we've got about 10, we'll do 10 minutes and that should be good. While that's cooking, we're going to prepare up our chili, garlic and parsley. The parsley is all for show. It looks beautiful. It gives a nice little bit of flavour. But that just needs a rough little chop. Same with our chilies, they're just going to get stripped long ways. They just look beautiful in the jar. A couple of cloves of garlic, just going to peel and crush them. And the other clove. So lately it's been not the best weather, so I haven't been able to get out and do a video in the new boat, which is going to be in the very next video. We're taking it out tomorrow because we got some nice weather. And the next episode is going to be us giving you the run through of this new weapon. It is an upgrade for us. Gets the whole family out. It's a real solid boat and a bit of extra room, which is awesome with the kids. And the more room you've got, the more gear you can take. So we're always out diving, fishing, mixing it up. It's good to be able to have a bit of extra room. The herbs are real rough chop there. I'm going to throw my salt on there now, just so it's all out. A good grind of pepper. It's all just going on the one plate and then we'll mix it through once we pull that cray apart. So I've got two jars. I've got a big jalapeno jar that we're recycling and a smaller little one which might make its way off to a friend. Right, the crayfish only has a couple of minutes to go. Gonna get our pickle juice ready to go. Filtered water. And we go pretty well, equal parts water, equal parts vinegar. So simply I'll just fill this back up to roughly where I had it. I like it more on the vinegary side, so there's a dash more vinegar. Just a tiny touch of sugar. Just that little bit of, I got brown sugar, raw brown sugar. I literally only put a tablespoon. It's halfway between a tablespoon and a teaspoon, a tablespoon. You know, we are 7 minutes in. I reckon it's time to take it off. We'll go sit it over on the limestone behind us. And that cray, oh yeah, should be pretty damn good. So our vinegar mixture, all we got to do is get that up to like a simmer. I really like to keep it simple. The salt, the pepper, and then the saltiness and the seafood flavour is what we want the most of. He's cooked lovely. Now that's going to be hot as anything. Now it'd be crazy not to let this cool down for a little while. So while the vinegar, the pickle juice is simmering away, I might actually just go sit this in the chest freezer for a little bit to cool down so I can work with it a bit safer. All right, crayfish is out of the freezer and it's cool enough that I can touch it. All the juices are coming out. So simply just twisting that tail, easiest way to get it out. We're gonna get messy here, okay? There's not much of a way to avoid it. Oof. I'm gonna need a bucket. Pull the tail out. So the tail is the main bit of meat that we're gonna be using. We've got the legs also. I'm just gonna snip them off. They're staying in this bowl. That there is a ripper big head, eh? There's a few different ways to get these out. It's a slight bit different when they're not fully cooked. So crushing basically side to side like that. That pops all the joints, and it will crack all the way across the top. I'm gonna move on top of this one because it will make a mess. And then we're just peeling that shell off. The longer you leave a pickle, the better. So like if you could leave it for a week, it'll be good. But to be honest, I'll probably take some of this out on the boat tomorrow. No shell left there. You might get a little bit of shell, but that's not gonna bother me. Terribly sad that I didn't get all the meat out, but that was because I didn't cook the crayfish for quite as long. So these aren't getting pickled today. They're just getting eaten by me as we go. All right, I better get back to the cooking. All right, back to the action. We have the crayfish. That thing there is a lot of meat. That's one big crayfish. Easiest way, let's get it with the scissors. We're just gonna cut it up into chunks, nice chunks like that, straight in the mouth. The crayfish actually has its own sort of segments of flesh. If you follow those, it breaks up really easily. So like I said, this is par cooked. So the inside is still sort of like a translucent flesh, but that will cook inside the vinegar. I like big chunks because you don't ever want to get a stingy small piece when you dip your hand in the jar or the fork. Throwing in our herbs and spices and our garlic. It's all in there. Gonna just massage that through. Always add that little extra touch of salt to your seafood. The smell instantly of the chili and garlic as it gets thrown around in there is just amazing. Let's put this one here. I'm not sure if we're gonna get two, but this is a very versatile sort of recipe. You can use it with almost anything in terms of abalone. I want to try in terms of seafood and your veggies. You can do veggies as well. We're only sadly going to get the one jar because we didn't get the leg meat. Have a look at that before I go putting any of the juice in. There, just look in there. It's amazing in my eyes. That is beautiful. I'm going to say it's just simple as, but I'm probably going to miss. No, I'm not. Tipping. Hey, it worked. It went in. And we're going to do it all the way to the top. Oh, look at that. The perfect amount. Okay. Lid on. Nice and tight. Swish it all around. That there is an absolute jar of goodness. Look at it. The colour in it is beautiful. I love that. That's going to go in the fridge. And I can almost guarantee I won't be able to wait. So 24 hours, and I'm going to get tucked into this with Molly. She loves her pickled stuff. So this is going to go down a treat. I can almost guarantee it. I'll let you know how these go. We'll probably do a little taste test tomorrow. And these, baby, are beautiful. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked that video. I hope you give it a crack yourself. And the next video is going to be very, very exciting because we are taking that bad boy out for its first run in the bay. Tune in, subscribe, like, share it around, drop some comments if there's any videos you want to see, and I'll make them happen. Thanks, guys.